Imagine quitting a six-figure Wall Street job, climbing into a beat-up Chevy Blazer, and spending a cross-country road trip writing a business plan that would eventually change the world. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what Jeff Bezos did. Today, Amazon is one of the most powerful companies on Earth. It delivers millions of packages, powers huge parts of the internet, and has completely transformed how we shop. But long before Amazon became a global giant, Jeff Bezos was just a curious kid with an obsession for technology and an even bigger obsession with the future. Jeff was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1964. His mother, Jackie, was still a teenager when he was born. His biological father left early in his life, and for a while, the future looked uncertain. But everything changed when Jackie married Miguel Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who adopted Jeff and gave him the last name that would one day become famous around the world. Even as a child, Jeff stood out. While other kids played with toys, Jeff liked taking them apart to figure out how they worked. He was fascinated by science, engineering, and space. But then he discovered a statistic that changed everything. The internet was growing at an unbelievable rate, over 2,300% per year. That number grabbed his attention immediately. Bezos realized that this wasn't just another technology trend. It was a once-in-a-generation opportunity. So he began brainstorming internet business ideas. He considered selling CDs, software, clothing, and many other products online. But one category stood out: books. Why books? Because there were millions of titles available, far more than any physical bookstore could stock. An online store could offer customers virtually unlimited selection. The idea seemed simple, but it had enormous potential. There was just one problem. Jeff already had a dream job. Walking away from a successful Wall Street career to sell books on the internet sounded ridiculous in the mid-1990s. Even his boss thought so. But Bezos made the leap anyway. In 1994, he resigned from D.E. Shaw, packed up his life, and headed for Seattle with his wife, Mackenzie. During the road trip, while Mackenzie drove, Jeff sat in the passenger seat writing the business plan that would become Amazon. Somewhere between New York and Seattle, one of the most influential companies in history was born. Interestingly, Amazon almost had a very different name. Bezos first considered Cadabra, inspired by the word abracadabra, but people kept mishearing it. Then he considered relentless. In fact, if you type relentless.com into your browser today, it still redirects to Amazon. Eventually, he settled on the name Amazon. It started with the letter A, which helped it appear early in alphabetical listings, and it was also the name of the world's largest river. Bezos wanted to build more than a bookstore. He wanted to get big fast. Amazon expanded beyond books into music, movies, toys, electronics, and almost anything customers wanted. Revenue exploded. Traffic surged. Investors poured money into the company. Then, disaster struck. In 2000, the dot-com bubble burst. Technology stocks collapsed. Billions of dollars disappeared from the market almost overnight. Amazon's stock price crashed dramatically. Many internet companies disappeared completely. Investors panicked. Experts once again predicted Amazon's death. But Bezos stayed calm. Instead of giving up, he cut costs, improved efficiency, and focused on survival. It was one of the toughest periods in Amazon's history.
But Bezos understood something important. More sellers meant more products. More products meant more customers. And more customers meant more growth. The strategy worked brilliantly. Amazon's catalog expanded faster than ever before. Then came Amazon Prime. For a yearly subscription fee, customers received fast shipping on millions of products. Critics called it financial suicide. They believed shipping costs would destroy profits. Instead, Prime became one of the most successful customer loyalty programs
ever created. People began buying more frequently and spending more money. Amazon became their default shopping destination. Next came
That idea became Amazon Web Services, or AWS. At first, few people paid attention. Today, AWS powers a massive portion of the internet. Streaming platforms, startups, governments, and major corporations all rely on Amazon's cloud infrastructure. Ironically, many businesses that compete with Amazon still pay Amazon for cloud services. AWS became one of the most profitable divisions in the company's history. By this point, Amazon wasn't just an online retailer. It had become.
For the first time, lawmakers openly challenged the power of the company he had spent decades building. And then, surprisingly, Bezos stepped away. In February 2021, he announced that he would leave his role as CEO. After 27 years, he handed leadership to Andy Jassy, the executive who had built AWS into a global powerhouse. Many people wondered why. The answer was simple. Jeff Bezos wanted to return to his oldest dream: space. Through Blue Origin, the aerospace company he had quietly funded for years, Bezos shifted his focus toward reusable rockets, lunar missions, and the long-term future of humanity beyond Earth. For Bezos, Amazon was never the final destination. It was the launch pad. The kid who once dreamed about giant